Bank Field as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Jacksonville, Florida. Not a kicker or a punter here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reid to get this one going. And we're off from Jacksonville. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Love throwing to start us off. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
1st and 10 from the 41. Here's Love. On target to his man Taylor. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
To the outside and complete to Olave. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Loves to throw again. Completes it to his running back, Zach Moss. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. This one's caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Taylor. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Jaguars finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Right to the air, it's Levis. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
first couple snaps, first drive of a game, it's all about who can land that opening punch. Gain that first advantage in a game-long back and forth. Well, that opening punch was a solid cross, maybe even an uppercut that caught him right on the job and sets an immediate tone for this defense.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another try following the sack. This is caught by Trey Palmer. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
4th down, and on comes the former All-Pro Jake Bailey to punt. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. No return on that punt. And it'll be Jaguars football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the pistol, here's Love. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Love out of the shotgun. Gets it to Juwan Johnson. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. A lot of grass ahead. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They're set up at the 35 now. Thrown on 1st down, Love. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. A 2nd down throw here for Love. This one finds Taylor. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the 1st quarter. 1 quarter done, 3 to go in this battle of elite teams. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They're moving it well, but now face a 3rd and short. From the gun, Taylor. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Offense in the hurry up here. Love throwing on 4th. He finds Johnson. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the 1st instead. Takes the handoff, now Love. He rolls to his right. And he will score! Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars take a 13-0 lead. Chris Olave with the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun now for Levis. Completes this one to Kraft. Oh, what a stiff arm! And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
Throwing now on first down. Levis. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the gun, Levis. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something to the return.
First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun now for Love. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's gonna be third and long. Love from the gun. He puts some power on a deep one left. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down. The Jaguars into punt formation. And this will be his first effort of the contest. Looking to return from the 29. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And they steal it back on the return. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 20-zip lead. They have him back there because of the incredible things that he can do on punt returns, Brock, but this time he winds up giving the other side their incredible moment.
That's right. As a returner, you've got to field that ball clean first, and then second, keep it secure the rest of the way. There's 10 dudes on that other side. Heck, maybe even 11 if you got a punter who likes to hit. And their sole mission is to separate you from the ball at full speed. And if they're lucky, well, they're lucky they can return it back to the house for 6.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Desperation's a tricky thing, Kate. You love defenses when they're desperate and they're just playing on edge. But offensively, you're in a hole like this, the worst thing you can do is get desperate in a sack. Oh, it only adds further insult to injury.
Trying again following the sack. Gets everything he has under this throw. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down. First time this game they've looked to him. That's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second. And incompletion is still pretty good, too.
Third and long, here's Levis. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that brings up fourth and long. Jake Bailey on the punt. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, first and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. Big man showing up the yards. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And that's a Jaguar first down. Now a toss play, Taylor. Oh, he drops it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars were running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars grow their lead yet again. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Levis from the shotgun. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Levis throwing again on second down. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's third down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
Throwing his Levis on third down. Got a man, Palmer has it. And they're able to touch him down, so that's going to bring up fourth down. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Everbank. The Rams probably getting their punt team ready to go. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
You know, it's almost like the defense heard that call in their helmet themselves. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And their reward is getting off the field.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. Gets this to Johnson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Throwing now from the gun. He connects downfield on 4. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. How about 19 yards on 4th down, and the call to go for it pays off considerably. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They motion the slot man right. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
He's on the move. Stays upright. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars continue piling on to this lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Levis back to throw. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately no connection to be made.
To throw again on 2nd down, Levis. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing is Levis. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up 2nd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Levis throwing again. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. Could not beat the defender there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Now the Rams are going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They need a lot here, but still going forward on 4th and 15. They'll go Levis. And it falls incomplete. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down. Love out of the shotgun. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Not on the same page with his tight end. So that brings up 2nd down.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Second and 10. Love trying again. He's loaded another one up. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here's Love. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up 4th and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
What a waste of time. Get up already.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Levis to the air now. Able to hit Palmer. Oh, the football's loose. Jags pick it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. From the 38. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Levis here on first down. This one taken in by Kraft. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
22 window. Let's zero. Short.
Shotgun now for Levis. That's brought in by Hunt. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tackle made by Chris Abrams-Draine.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it brings up an LA first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. It's inside the 10. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Pierce will take it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
So the Rams keep the offense out there. They're deciding to try for 2. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he is hit well behind the line and goes down. They're not able to make much of anything on that 2-point attempt. Reed now to kick this one away. Center return, Nyheim Hines. And he gets to the 25, but not much further before going out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
They're going Taylor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And the reward is they get off the field.
Levis now on first down. On the move, headed right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
From the gun, Levis. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
You can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
They'll throw on third and long. Hits his running back. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Fourth down, here's Levis. That's cut beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a play on fourth down. They get the first after a gain of 27. They just get the play off. Gets this one to Pierce. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Rams football, and they're probably ready to just get this final quarter over with. Now it's second and goal from the 1. They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down for a loss. Working quickly here. Now Levis on third and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams making the scoreboard look a touch better. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
The Rams once again lining up to go for 2. Oh, and he's got a man open. Complete. And he is going to get in. That's going to cut a couple more off of that lead. Not really much of an avenue left for a comeback in this one, but they still have to try the onside kick here. And this is covered by the Jaguars. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game. When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Second down carry for Taylor. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A lot of times we will see defenses get so overcommitted to defending that inside run, they're vulnerable to the outside toss. And that's when things open up, and you can reset those downs.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Play fake, it's Love. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. Forced out to his right. Great work by the coverage downfield. Buys him enough time to catch him outside the pocket. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. For the 2nd time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the advantage now sits at 24.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
From his own end zone, here we go. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Levis from the shotgun. Caught for big yards on the right side. The 30. The 10. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams putting up points in a game decided. And with that score, he's reached a benchmark he's long had his eye on. 30 touchdowns in one season. And he's going to come away pleased with how well he has played to put up that kind of number this year. And now the Rams set for another 2-point conversion attempt.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And he's in for 2, so don't write him off just yet. I know the chances are slim, but still a small one in this 2-possession game. Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. Rams are pointing. We'll wait and see. They got it back. 2-score game. Got to get yourself additional opportunities somehow. And that right there, that's a huge one. Feel like they absolutely now have to translate this into points.
They really do, and not just make it a one-possession game. As you've taught me, Kate, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time, people.
One possession at a time, one play at a time, one bite at a time to the very end.
And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
All right, here we go. Huge play for the Rams, going for 2.
The Rams will line up for the
And he will get into the end zone. That's going to cut 2 more off that lead.
and makes to score, Jaguars.
Well, I hear you say it all the time, partner. It comes back to that word trust, and they trusted in their offense to go get those 2 points, make this a one-score game. They do their job. Now one big play can change the entire outlook of this game for them.
Yeah, now it becomes about complementary football. As you said, the offense did their job. Now defense, can you not just get a stop? Can you get a turnover? Maybe take it to the house yourself. Either way, that conversion puts them one snap away from a totally different ball game.
Oh, and this will be a turnover. It's recovered by the kicking team. Still more than a field goal game. They were going to get to this point sometime, and they decide that's the moment and deliver with the onside kick.
The hard part's over, right? That's what the numbers tell you. That getting an onside kick a whole lot tougher than going down and scoring a touchdown. Still, they got to execute, stay calm, and work their way down the field.
Throwing now on first down. Levis finds his man. It's Kraft. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Handoff on second and short. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Completes this one to Kraft. He's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch. And he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
From the gun, here's Pierce. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams cut it to just 2 late in the game. So there's part 1, Brock. They get the touchdown that they desperately needed. Now, you'd imagine, comes a try for 2.
Yeah, and this might be just as tough as to go get that touchdown they just did because, well, they work on 2-point conversions, but they're difficult. This is also a must-have, though, Kate, if they want to try and force overtime.
All right, here we go. Huge play for the Rams, going for 2.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
All or nothing, they'll run it. And he isn't going to get it. He's not going to get it. They needed that, too, for the tie. But the defense makes a stand that may decide this game. We're down inside the final 90 seconds as they line up for the all-important onside kick. And this is covered by the Jaguars. Needed to try it. We all get it, but didn't work. Still now have those 3 timeouts to fall back on.
They did need to try it, but I think there is a school of thought of, hey, also kick it deep with those 3 timeouts. So now your defense can't give up a yard. Right now, you've really burdened your defense to get a quick stop, a quick stop, a quick stop, and make sure they do not give up any yardage to this opposing offense.
Let's go defense. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. Throw right side, cut by Olave. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Went way outside there trying to work that sideline, Brock, but by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
we see that throw, because I can close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
The Jaguars are going to call their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and he locates Johnson. How about 19 yards on fourth down, and the call to go for it pays off considerably.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
They give to Taylor, right side. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap, because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. They'll run here following the penalty. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short game. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They go again with Taylor. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Now the Rams are going to use their third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So Chase McLaughlin is on in a high-pressure spot. From the right hash, 52 yards out. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials. So that's going to make the field goal try a bit easier for them, as the penalty gives them a free 5 yards. They can let the clock run out here, but let's see if they resist the temptation to add on 3 more instead. The kick is good. He got it. And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal. So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock. You and I included.